TV soap news and spoilers say that Dice Off Our Lives from April 21st to May 2nd. Brace yourselves for 2 weeks of heartbreak, emotional explosions, and shocking revelations that will rock the foundations of some of the town's most cherished relationships. If you think things have settled, think again. These next 2 weeks will change everything. Johnny and Chanel's adoption dreams begin to unravel. It started with cautious hope. This week, Johnny and Chanel received the wonderful news they'd been waiting for. Tate, Sophia, and Amy all agreed to allow them to adopt the baby. For a moment, it felt like a dream coming true for the couple, who've longed to start a family of their own. But just as their hopes began to soar, dark clouds began to gather on the horizon. Next week, that dream is in jeopardy. Sophia, the young birth mother, begins to experience an overwhelming wave of maternal instinct. The thought of parting with her child becomes unbearable. The emotions she suppressed for weeks are bubbling to the surface. And with every little kick from her baby, with every conversation about the future, Sophia begins to question everything. Could this change of heart spell disaster for Johnny and Chanel? It's not just a passing thought. Sophia might completely reverse her decision. And in the world of Days of Our Lives, a mother's instinct is often the most powerful force of all. Sophia and Tate, an unexpected bond grows deeper amidst the emotional turmoil surrounding the adoption. Another storyline begins to blossom, one filled with tenderness and unexpected connection. Tate, determined to support Sophia during her pregnancy, becomes a steady, comforting presence in her life. As they prepare for the baby's arrival, they grow closer, finding solace in each other amid chaos. But Tate isn't just thinking about hospital bags and nursery colors. He knows Sophia deserves one last night of fun, one night to feel like a teenager before her world changes forever. And so, he invites her to prom. It's a sweet gesture, a moment of youthful hope. Sophia accepts, but this is Salem, and things are never that simple. Because in classic Days fashion, prom night could turn into a medical emergency. Rumors swirl that Sophia may go into labor at the prom, thrusting both her and Tate into a whirlwind of panic, pressure, and possibly parenthood. Will this be a sweet night of dancing or the dramatic start of a new chapter they're not ready for? Family clashes, Xander versus Philillip, and Maggie the peacemaker. Meanwhile, tensions simmer between Xander and Philillip. Again, Xander, who has made peace with so many of his past mistakes, can't help but lash out at Philillip. Whether it's jealousy, lingering resentment, or a genuine distrust, Xander's words are sharp and unforgiving. But not everyone is on board with this hostility. Maggie, ever the voice of reason in a town so often ruled by emotion, steps in. She reminds Xander of his own past, of how he was once given chance after chance. If he could be redeemed, why not Philillip? Maggie urges empathy, pleads for peace within the family. She wants healing, not more division. But will Xander listen? Or will his stubborn pride once again cost him the very relationships he's worked so hard to build? Xander and Sarah's celebration trip turns into a guilt trip. In an effort to escape the stress and tension of Salem, Xander and Sarah plan a celebratory getaway. A break, a chance to reconnect and breathe. But the trip takes a turn for the worse, not because of external forces, but because of an internal storm brewing within Sarah. She's been carrying a secret, a huge one. The truth about the fake letter, the one that changed everything, is still locked away in her heart. She knows what it means. She knows what it could do to Xander. And the guilt is eating her alive. As much as she wants to enjoy this trip, she can't. Not fully. Not honestly. Eventually, the guilt may overpower her love, and she may find herself standing on the edge of confession. But if she tells Xander the truth, will it destroy them? EJ wakes up, but he's hiding something over in the hospital. Another storm brews in silence. EJ DeMera opens his eyes. Alive, alert, awake, but strangely quiet. He remembers. That much is clear. He knows who shot him, but he's keeping it to himself for now. Why? Because EJ is calculating. He sees opportunities where others see tragedy, and holding on to the identity of his shooter gives him power. Belle visits him first, overcome with emotion, perhaps even guilt. She confesses something to EJ, something deeply personal. Could it be a confession of love, of regret, or both? But what Belle doesn't know is that she's not alone. Sammy, EJ's former flame, is in the shadows, and she hears everything. The fallout of that moment is coming, and it won't be pretty. Kristen's visit raises alarms. Kristen also pays a visit to EJ. She expects a broken man. What she finds is something else entirely. A man with secrets. A man who knows far more than he lets on. She senses something is off. EJ's demeanor, his guarded words, they hint at deception. Could EJ know something about the night he was shot that he's not telling anyone? Could he be holding on to the truth for leverage, possibly against Kristen herself? One look at EJ's face, and Kristen's instincts go on high alert. This isn't just recovery. This is strategy. And Kristen doesn't like feeling outplayed. The countdown to chaos begins. As these 2 weeks unfold, every storyline is laced with emotional landmines. Will Chanel and Johnny be devastated by Sophia's second thoughts? Will Sophia go into labor at prom? Can Maggie keep the peace between Xander and Philillip? Will Sarah's guilt push her to tell Xander everything? And what secrets does EJ plan to weaponize now that he's awake? Each answer leads to more questions. Each step forward reveals more hidden truths. So buckle up, because from April 21st to May 2nd, Days of Our Lives isn't just giving us drama. It's delivering emotional earthquakes, where no one comes out unscathed. Our TV channel Soap News and Spoilers is the place for those who want to know how the Salem story goes, as well as great Days of Our Lives updates and news. So subscribe to our channel to get what you want. Bye-bye.